Time for some more fright from this lovely collection of scary stories. Our next story is called Rings on Her Fingers. Rings on Her Fingers. Daisy Clark had been in a coma for more than a month. When the doctor finally said she had died. She was buried on a cool summer day in a cemetery about a mile from her home. May she always rest in peace, her husband said. But she didn't. Late that night, a grave robber with a shovel and a lantern made his way into the cemetery to try and dig her up, because he knew, just maybe, that woman had been buried with some nice jewelry he could steal. Since the ground was still soft, he quickly reached the coffin. His hunch was right. Daisy had been buried wearing two valuable rings. A wedding ring with a diamond in it, and another ring with a ruby that glowed like it was still alive. The thief got down on his knees, tried to pull those rings off, but they were stuck to her fingers. Well, the only way I'm going to get these off, I'm going to have to cut off her fingers. Losing those digits just to get those rings. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. But when he began to cut into her first finger to try and go after that wedding ring, her finger began to bleed. Shouldn't be happening to someone who is dead, he thought. Suddenly, she sat up. Terrified, the thief jumped to his feet and out of the ground. He accidentally kicked over the lantern on his way up, and the light went out. He could hear Daisy climb out of the grave. As she moved past him in the dark, he stood there, frozen with fear, clutching the knife in his hand. When Daisy saw him, she pulled her shroud around her and asked, "Who are you?" When the grave robber heard this corpse speak to him, he ran. Daisy just shrugged and went on her way, trying to walk home, never once even looked back. But in a thief's fear, he ran in the wrong direction, pitched headlong down into the grave, and fell right on the knife. And he stabbed himself. While Daisy walked home, the grave robber, the thief, bled to death. Be careful what you're going to try and go steal. They may not always be dead.